Hello, BookTube. Well, the perspicacious among you will have noticed right away a difference in technology. I'm filming this on my MacBook using Photo Booth. And the reason I'm doing that is because, yet again, I have run my phone through the laundry. This time, I did it. Last time, it was a teenager who did it. This time, I did it. Once again, the phone has gone through the laundry. It's not working at all. It's dead as a doornail, and it smells kind of funny. So I'm thinking that it's beyond repair, just like it was last time. And when I was hauling the wet clothes out of the washer to put them in the dryer, I heard the thump, the heavy thump of something in the pocket of the pants that I was wearing today, and realized instantly what had happened. I was kind of surprised that my first thought was not, oh my God, you need to go to Mega Mobile and get a new phone. Instead, my first thought was, you need to do without this phone. This is ridiculous. This keeps happening. So you have an extremely expensive and extremely delicate piece of technology that can come to harm easily. So you're perfectly okay to have complex and delicate and expensive technology, but not if it can easily come to harm. So I'm going to do without the phone for a while. I'm still negotiating with the Lenovo Yoga Book. Thank God I started paying attention to it again. Its camera seems better than this one. And the only thing, when I finish recording a video on the Lenovo Yoga Book, there is a function on the video recorder for share. So I hit that and was immediately told that the file was too big to share to Gmail. I have no idea why that's true, but the Lenovo Yoga Book suggested using something called OneDrive, which is, I guess, a storage place where I can put stuff, where I can park it offline, no matter how big it is. So I installed OneDrive on the Lenovo Yoga Book, and I installed OneDrive on the MacBook. And it didn't work. I shared it to OneDrive, and OneDrive doesn't appear to know that. So there are intricacies involved, and because it's not an Apple product, the minute I ran into trouble, it did not ask me, well, all I want to do is help. Here are 16 different really easy color-coded ways that we can solve this problem. Instead, because it's not an Apple product, it did its best Jack Nicholson impersonation from A Few Good Men and said, you have to ask me nicely. And I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I'm sure there is a way. There might even, the Yoga Book has been on the market for long enough now so that, although I can't say the name of it, there might even be videos on how to upload video from the Yoga Book to YouTube. That cannot be impossible. So I'll figure out how to do that and then give that a try. And that's another option. There's also my $50 Amazon Kindle, which I think I mentioned the other day that I have been playing around with it and I have been amazed by its capacity. There's so much that it can do. It might easily be able to upload videos. So, but in the meantime, I'm going to use Photo Booth, and I think I have configured Photo Booth. So I seem to remember that one of the main problems with Photo Booth was that it reversed every image, or rather refused to reverse images. So I don't know. I think I've corrected for that. That ordinarily wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if I was sitting here just jabbering. But if I'm showing book titles, that's lethal. I bore you people enough without making you cross-eyed. but in the meantime, to test this out, I did a short test video, and it seemed to work just fine. The only question now, the only variable left, is length of video. So I'm going to try this and see if it works. If it does, you get a video from me today. If it doesn't, you don't, because I don't have an alternative. I don't have an iPhone anymore. So I thought we'd go through the mail just as a test run, then I'll try that. If it works, then I'll make another video today. So I got mail today. I'm still a little frazzled, I admit. I put the phone through the laundry. The boys are never going to let me hear the end of that. I ragged on them ceaselessly for putting my phone through the laundry, and now I've done it myself. I'm tempted not to tell them. Anyway, so the first two things that came in the mail were mail itself. And in this case, two of the greatest book reviews in the English language, even though neither one has ever seen fit to publish me. There's the London Review of Books, and there's the New York Review of Books. And what I like to do with these things is go through them and just see what the community is doing. I am part of the reviewing community. So I like to see what it's doing here in the marquee, the high-profile precincts where I am not allowed. So I like to go through and see, for instance, what they're reviewing, who's reviewing it. So the London Review has... okay, bunch of junk. Cuba's Revolutionary World, Immigrants to London, full-page ads for books I did not review. Oh, look at that. Okay, Madeline Schwartz reviews the two new reprints of Christina Stead, the great Christina Stead. She reviews Letty Fox, Her Luck, and The Man Who Loved Children. That's fascinating. I love Christina Stead, so reading about her will be fascinating. Oh, great. Okay, Malcolm Gaskill reviews Ronald Hutton's The Witch, which I reviewed and really liked. That's great, and it's a nice long review. That's good. Gavin Francis does a piece on werewolves. The title is "Oh." That's funny. I know quite a bit on the subject. I'd be interested to read the piece. Deborah Friedel, I don't know that name. She reviews The Inkblots, Damien Searle's biography of Rorschach. Not the thumb-breaking psycho from The Watchmen, but the guy who invented the famous inkblots, which was an incredibly good biography on a subject I would never in a million years have guessed. I would never have in a million years have guessed that a really good biography was possible of such a subject, and instead it was great. And what else we got here? Anything else of interest in the London Review? Stephen Collini doing a book on literary criticism that I think we saw, literary criticism of social history, that I didn't seem interested in at all. Okay, no, not much in the London Review, although that werewolf piece will be fascinating. And then the New York Review of Books has... it's tons of fun to do the New York Review of Books just because not only for the what is reviewed, but for what is advertised. But I always like to see if I am part of any of these conversations, even distantly. I mean, I've never been in the New York Review of Books, so I wouldn't be in it directly just through them. Okay, we've got some essays to start off with. No, this might not work out either. Okay. Carol Phillips reviews Mrs. Osmond by John Banville, which I was going to review myself for the Christian Science Monitor, but then I read it, and I don't understand. I didn't understand what I was reading at all. I was reading fan fiction, and not particularly good fan fiction either. A pastiche of the laziest kind from a writer that I don't expect John Banville ever to phone in his work, and yet Mrs. Osmond was not worth the paper it was printed on. Oh, wow. Okay, Benjamin Nathan's reviews The House of Government by Yuri Slezkine, which is a great book, but a tough thing to review. He has a lot more room than I did. I hit 850 words for an 1,100-page book. It's a tough book to read, too. Slezkine is a great storyteller, but the story that he tells has no coherence whatsoever. It's a gigantic, multifaceted thing that is... it's a tough book to love. I loved it, but it wasn't easy to do. It doesn't help you at all. What an epic, though. What an amazing epic. Okay, someone called Christian Carroll, I don't know that, reviews John le Carré's Legacy of Spies, which I also reviewed, and which I thought was terrific. Wow, that's great. See, this is interesting. When you have published a review of such a thing, it's interesting to read what other people do, what they make of it. I know some people, some reviewers, who are nerve-wracked at such a prospect. They, in fact, won't do it. They won't read other people's reviews because they're afraid that the reviewer will make an ironclad case that something is bad that they liked, or that something is good that they hated. I lack some element of self-examination or maybe self-doubt. I don't ever worry about that. I'm fascinated by it. Then Francis Fitzgerald, the author of Evangelicals, a great book, reviews the Ken Burns documentary, the Vietnam War. I interviewed Ken Burns and Lynn Novick about that, so it'd be fascinating to read. Great! Oh wow, this is a nice big involved issue. Then we have some social commentary, another review of David Ferry's translation of the Aeneid, which I did not review, and I feel terrible that I didn't. Lots and lots of Harvard University Press titles getting reviewed here. That's nice. Good for them. Good for them. Their Miloš biography? Wow, very nice. Oh, and such exorbitant length, too. Oh, nice long piece on Hurricane Maria. Okay. Boy, more Harvard University Press stuff. They did... they're doing a review of Jottings Under Lamplight, which I didn't review. I loved it. I'm so happy that they did a new translation, a new edition of it, but I didn't review it. And they're also doing a review of the new history, literary history of modern China, which I did review and which I loved. So, wow, that's great. All right, so I'm going to be up to my jowls in this thing. That's fantastic. Okay, so that's the periodicals. Now we'll do the mail on this test video. Who knows what will happen? Who knows if you'll ever see this? The first one is the smallest package I've received so far in 2017. I don't know what this could be. Okay. I'm going to leave those off camera because they're actually for one of you. All right, so we'll move on here. We'll move on to the next one. I'll be interested to know, of course. I know you're not exactly shrinking violets over there in BookTube land. You'll let me know the answer to this question anyway, but I'm curious to know if you can live with this quality, with this video quality. I know I'm the wrong one to talk since video quality is not exactly exemplary on this channel anyway. But is there a lag? Is there bad volume? Is it insufferable until I can either talk the yoga book into filming me or climb down off my high horse and buy another iPhone? I'll be curious to know. Oh, great. Okay, this is the a paperback release of Paresh's Mediterranean World by Peter Miller. Great. Okay. I don't know that I still have the hardcover, so I'm glad to have the paperback. All right. So this is a pretty brainy start to things. So we'll see how things are going here. I actually have a timer here. All right, so this is another Harvard University Press book. Oh, great. Oh, fantastic. All right. I've already praised this to you people. I can't wait to review it. I'll be reviewing it this week sometime. This is the finished copy of Mostly Straight, Sexual Fluidity in Men. Great. Fantastic. All right, so let's move on. What is next? Okay, great. All right, this is a novel from John Pineda called "Let's No One Get Hurt." I don't know if these titles or if these covers are being reversed on me. I hope not. We'll see if I can somehow finagle that. It's a swampy Southern Gothic tale, tightly plotted and infused with poetry. And it comes out next year, I think. Yes, it comes out in March. Okay. All right, let's move on. What we got next? No boxes, no cardboard this time around, except for the next one. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. This is the finished copy. This comes out in December. This is a big release for December. This is The Three Daughters of Eve by Elif Shafak, which I read and in the advanced form and didn't really like, which is very strange. I love this author. And I don't know if it was the translation or maybe mood. I hate to ascribe any kind of power to mood, but maybe. I'm definitely going to give it another try now that I have the finished copy. And then we have the last thing for this test video, in which I would really appreciate a lot of feedback from you, because it's going to determine what I do. So let me know in your comments. Let me know about the quality here, the watchability here. So let's see. What have we got next? Okay, this is another novel. It is Mark Sarvis. It's Memento Park. This is Mark Sarvis' second novel, which comes out in March. Tells the story of Matt Santos, second-generation Hungarian-American, who earns a living as a B-list actor in Los Angeles, stringing together small, usually unnamed roles in film and TV. His carefully calibrated life, his reliable but largely passionless career, his engagement to a beautiful but distant fashion model, is disrupted when he learns that a modernist masterpiece, the painting Budapest Street Scene by the Hungarian artist Irving Kallman, may have been looted from his family's Budapest home during the Second World War, and may, through a process of restitution, soon come into his possession. Okay. All right. Fascinating. Okay. All right. So let's see here. We have Three Daughters of Eve. We have Memento Park. We have Let's No One Get Hurt. That's a lot of fiction. We have Mostly Straight. And we have Parrish. I don't know how to pronounce this author's name. I have no idea. O'Sullivan's Mediterranean World. Plus a few other books that I don't want to show on camera. I want to mail them instead and have them be a nice surprise. So I'm gonna stop this now and start negotiating with the machine. See if I can get it to you. And I hope you see it, and I hope I see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.